Welcome, everybody, to Ampyre Sessions, where discovery meets rebellion. This is the show that takes you on a journey through the world of music, the riffs, the legends, the hidden stories, and the lessons that fuel creativity. Here we break down the craft, the culture, and the chaos of sound, making it raw and unforgettable. Whether you're a musician, a fan, or you're just hungry for knowledge, Ampyre's your backstage pass to the rebellion of audio. So plug in, turn up. This is Ampyre Sessions. I'm your host, Dustin, and guys, today we are going to dive into one of the most high pressure, the most high stakes, and the most high drama performances on the planet. Guys, without further ado, it's an event that just happened. We are talking about the Super Bowl halftime show. You've seen it, right? The polished 12 minutes, but on TV. But behind that, it's a logistical nightmare, creative battleground, and a political minefield. And guys, a sprint that makes touring look like a spa day. Today, we are pulling back the curtain and looking into the untold backstage chaos, the stuff you don't see, the stuff you're not supposed to see, and the stuff that makes the show one of the most insane productions in entertainment history. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. Let's look at the impossible timeline. Okay? Let's start with a part that just blows your damn mind. Okay? Every year, the halftime show is built, rolled out, performed, and tore down. You guys don't think of it. In under 30 minutes. Everything is done in under 30 minutes. From the stages rolling out on the field, the artists getting up there doing their performance, and then everything being torn down and walked out in under 30 minutes. That is insane. Think about it. You're in a stadium with 70,000 people. There's a football game happening. And then suddenly, boom, a full concert stage appears out of the blue. Nowhere. Like it's a magic trick, Like it's from the movie Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Here's how wild it gets, though, guys. Let's talk about one. The stage is modular, like a giant Lego set. Dozens of rolling platforms are hidden in the tunnels. You guys don't see it, but they're hidden in the tunnels. Each one is pre-wired, pre-lit, preloaded with gear. The second quarter ends, an army, literally an army of crew members, sometimes 600 plus people, sprint onto the field. They have 6 to 8 minutes to assemble everything. And that when you're watching the Super Bowl, you're probably like, that's when the commentators are talking. Your analysts are going over what might happen in the second half. Things of that nature. And then they have 6 to 8 minutes to assemble everything. Not 20, not 15, 6 to 8 minutes. That's less time than it takes to microwave a damn frozen burrito. Number 3, everything must be reversible. Whatever they build must also be torn down in the same amount of time. Because, guys, the NFL does not care about how artistic your vision is. They care about getting back to the game. Let's talk about weather. It is the silent villain of this moment. Rain, wind, cold. Guys, it doesn't matter. The show goes on no matter what. There are stories of dancers slipping on wet stages, pyro refusing to fire, which can be really dangerous. It's like lighting off a firework and you going to explore it to see, can I relight this? Yeah. An LED panel shorting out mid-performance. Okay? This show, guys, is a damn miracle every year that it even happens. Let's talk about the artist who almost performed. Here's something most people don't know. Every year, guys, there's a list of artists who were almost the halftime headliner. Some people decline it. Some negotiate about it and then walk away. Some get pushed out because the NFL wants something safer, something bigger, something more family-friendly without naming names in a way that gets us sued. Here are some of the patterns that they look for. Some artists don't want the pressure. 12 minutes, zero margin for error, 1 billion people watching. Not everyone wants that smoke. 2, some just don't want to pay. Yep, the NFL doesn't pay its performers, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. It doesn't. They cover production, but the artist performs for free. So why? Because the exposure, guys, the exposure is priceless. 3, some artists want creative control the NFL just won't give. The league has final say on staging, wardrobe, camera angles, guest performers, lyrical content, political messaging, pyro, even the length of guitar solos. If an artist pushes too hard, the NFL just moves on, okay? And some artists are too risky for the brand. The NFL is conservative with its image. If an artist has a reputation for unpredictability, controversy, or anything that might upset sponsors, they're out. This is why the halftime show, guys, is always a negotiation between art and corporate comfort. The wildest halftime controversies. Let's talk about that, because there's been a lot. The halftime show has had its fair share of chaos, guys. Some funny, some messy, some legendary, some exposing. But guys, here are the few categories of chaos that happens almost every year. 1. Technical failures that viewers never notice. There are stories of in-ear monitors dying, click tracks drifting, pyro cues firing way too damn early, LED screens glitching, props breaking mid-performance, but the broadcast team is so good that most of it never makes it to the air. 2. Wardrobe malfunctions. We've seen plenty of those, haven't we? I remember there was one with Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake, but there have been dozens of smaller ones, ripped seams, broken heels, hats flying off, wigs shifting that never get talked about. 3. Choreography mishaps. When you have 200 dancers on a slippery field, someone's going to fall, someone's going to miss a cue, and someone's going to collide with a camera operator. It's chaos disguised as precision. 4. The too political problem. Artists have to walk a tightrope. If they say too much, the NFL gets heat. If they say nothing at all, fans complain. It's a lose-lose situation at the end of the year. So let's look at how the show changed music marketing forever. Here's the part musicians should pay attention to. A halftime show isn't just entertainment, guys. It's a marketing weapon. 1, your streams skyrocket after the show. Artists often see a massive spike in Spotify streams, YouTube views, Shazam searches, merch sales, ticket demand. It is the biggest commercial a musician can ever get. So that is an upside if you're a musician. 2, the show is now designed for social media quick cuts, viral moments, memorable visuals, and GIF-able choreography. The show is engineered to dominate the internet. 3, the guest feature strategy. Bringing multiple artists on stage isn't just fun, it's cross-pollination. Everyone benefits from everyone else's audience. Okay? Anyone else remember Super Bowl 53, I think it was? Maybe 53? We had Eminem, Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, I think it was Rihanna, Snoop Dogg, all on stage. That was a memorable moment. Everyone, I guarantee, went on the uptrend from that because of cross-pollination. Or the halftime show is now a cultural scoreboard. Who gets chosen says something about where music is, where culture is, what the NFL thinks America wants, and what brands think is quote-unquote safe. It's a mirror of the moment. The crew. Let's talk about the crew, guys, because without this, none of this happens. The artist doesn't perform. They probably sit there like it's the national anthem. Let's talk about the crew, the unsung heroes of all of this damn chaos. Okay? Let's talk about the real MVPs, the crew. These people are absolute machines. 1, the stage techs. They build and tear down the stage in minutes. They rehearse this rollout dozens of times, guys. They know every bolt, every cable, and every hinge. 2, the audio engineers. They mix a live show in a stadium with unpredictable acoustics. Now, granted, if it's a domed stadium, you might have a better chance of being able to dictate the acoustics of that show. But majority of the time, if it's in a weathered area, which normally the Super Bowl is, it's going to be outside. For a global broadcast with 0 do-overs. 3, camera operators. They run full sprint with 40-pound rigs. They dodge dancers, pyrotechnics, and props. But guys, 9 times out of 10, they hit every mark on the dot perfectly. Choreographers and dancers. Guys, they rehearse for weeks. They perform on a field that was never meant for dancing. They bring the energy that makes the show absolutely iconic. These people deserve medals for what they do. So why does the halftime show matter, guys? Why do we tune in every single year? Because it's this perfect storm of spectacle, pressure, artistry, risk, cultural relevance, and pure unfiltered chaos. It's the one moment where music becomes a global event, not just entertainment, guys, but a shared experience. And even if you're not a football fan, you're a fan of moments, and the halftime show is built for moments. Now, I do want to say, since the Super Bowl was recent, I can comment on this. I want to say this was probably the absolute worst halftime show I've ever seen watching the Super Bowl. And it wasn't for a fact of the artist. I know people are like, yeah, you're right. It's because he was speaking Spanish. No, that isn't the reason. Okay. I'm got nothing against culture or anything like that. Cool, yes, would I like to understand? Cool, maybe put some English subtitles up so everyone can know what they're saying. Cool, I would love that. Yes, but that's not why I hate it. I hated this one for the live fans. Because if you looked at the stage setup for Super Bowl 60's halftime show, it was the most ridiculous built, mainly made for TV and internet performance ever. I saw a video from people that were actually at the Super Bowl taking video of this halftime performance, and you couldn't even see where the artist was. Cool, yeah, you might need a backdrop. You might need something to tell a story, but the minute you disengage with your live fans, you know, the people that spent $5,400 on a freaking ticket, to me, guys, that's the moment when you lose what you're trying to build. And this is where I think the NFL loses touch with reality. I don't care about political bases. If an artist is good and top of their game, you should do it. Because let's be honest, yes, I show a little bias here towards rock and roll, but every damn rock and roll band that has ever performed a halftime show for the Super Bowl has killed it, crushed it, out of this park. But what do we talk about the most that sucks every year in and year out? Okay. Granted, Kendrick Lamar's was absolutely freaking amazing. That was a recent halftime show. I was like, cool, that was a good one, you know? But this one, man, I feel really bad for the people that spent that amount of money because you really looked forward to that halftime show too. Because you know some big name is probably going to be there, right? And you're like, okay, well, not only am I going to get to watch maybe my favorite team play, but now I get to watch this freaking artist win-win, right? Those fans got screwed. And if it was me, I'd ask for a damn refund. Because let's be honest, a normal football game does not cost that much money. I got great tickets last year when I went to SoFi, and they were fantastic priced, great view, but travel up north just a little bit to San Francisco just because of the type of game, and now you get to charge almost 200% more and not even get to enjoy a halftime show. Man, I feel really bad for those people. I'd get a refund. Either way. And I'm done with that rant. Thanks for listening and tuning into another episode of Ampyre Sessions. Okay. This has been the untold backstage chaos of the Super Bowl halftime show. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure you follow the show. And yeah, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, like, share. Anything helps, please. And also look at that backstage pass at my website. If you want to join the rebellion, it does help me as well, but then also keeps merchandise up in stock too as well, guys. So if you guys want to support the show, look at that backstage pass. You've been listening to Ampyre Sessions, where discovery meets rebellion. The journey doesn't stop, guys. Keep exploring, keep creating, and keep the fire alive. Until next time, stay loud, stay bold, and never fade into the noise. This was Ampyre Sessions.